Ministry of Education has defended its decision to drop YTL Communications as an internet service provider for schools after discovering that its services also came with millions of ringgit in hidden costs. MoE Sekjen Datuk Muhammad Ghazali Abbas explains that since the start of the project, YTL has never paid electricity charges for the telco towers it installed at the 2,700 over schools and government premises. Instead, Putrajaya was left footing a bill of over 40 million ringgit. Muhammad Ghazali says it was only right that YTL pay since it is also utilising the towers for other commercial users. He also complained that the quality of internet access provided by YTL was exceedingly poor, comparing the speed under Phase 1 of the project to that of a bicycle, with no significant improvement under Phase 2. On YTL's offer of free internet services for 6 months starting July, he points out that it had also requested for free electricity and rental of their telco tower, which would have incurred a potential loss of rental revenue totaling 32.58 million ringgit. Riza Aziz, producer of Wolf of Wall Street and stepson of Datuk Sri Najib Razak, has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of money laundering amounting to $248.2 million or 1.2 billion ringgit belonging to 1MDB. He is the third in the family after Najib and Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor to be charged in court amid allegations of laundering 1MDB funds after the former PM fell out of power last May. Riza is accused of receiving the 1MDB-linked funds through the bank accounts of Red Granite Pictures. The funds were transferred from the Swiss accounts of Goodstar and Aba Investment PJS, companies linked to fugitive businessman Loh Teck Joe. Riza co-founded Red Granite, which was itself charged in the US for misappropriating monies from the investment fund. Each charge he faces carries a punishment of maximum 5 years jail and/or maximum fine of 5 million ringgit. It hasn't been a great day for Tenaga Nasional, which saw its shares fall 5% to an intraday low of 13 ringgit 44 today, on news that it may no longer be the sole choice for consumers in Peninsular Malaysia to buy electricity from. By 5 p.m, the state-owned utility giant pared losses to close at 13 ringgit 60 for a market capitalisation of 77.3 billion ringgit. Malaysia Kini reported today that the government is studying a proposal to liberalise the electricity retail sector. Quoting the Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Ministry's parliamentary written reply, the portal said Putrajaya is looking at whether to allow new energy suppliers to come into the market, with the results to be made known soon. Meanwhile, TNB's 70% owned Jimah East Power is delaying the commercial operation date of its 2 ultra-supercritical coal-fired power plant units due to some defects detected at the high-pressure turbine. The plant was scheduled to start commercial operations on June 15th, but with remedial works in progress, that date has now been pushed to within the next 3 months. MMC Corp has accepted MOF Inc.'s proposal to buy its 50% equity interest in syarikat mengurus air banjir dan terowong for 184.5 million ringgit cash. The exercise is part of Putrajaya's offer to take over 4 tolled highway concessionaires under Gamuda and Litrak Holdings for 6.2 billion ringgit. Syarikat Mengurus Air Banjir dan Terowong is the concessionaire of Smart and a unit of Project Smart Holdings, which is a 50-50 joint venture between MMC and Gamuda. Gamuda had already announced on June 27th that it will accept MOF's offer, which underlined 369 million ringgit cash for Smart's takeover alone. MMC says its acceptance of the offer is subject to the finalisation of the terms and conditions of the definitive agreement to be executed. It will make further announcements if there are material developments on the proposed exercise. In a note dated June 25th, Kenanga Research said it expects MMC to see a loss of disposal of 20 million ringgit on the deal. However, it pointed out that the takeover is positive, as Smart has been bleeding for the past 3 financial years. The Sarawak MACC is awaiting further instructions from its headquarters over allegations involving certain high-profile individuals in the state. Quoting Sarawak MACC Director Razim Muhammad Noor, Bernama reports that the team has handed over the latest information on the claims to the headquarters. So far, it has not received any instruction to act. He said his office would move to investigate any matters once reports have been lodged. But if the complaints involve big fish, the matter would be referred to the MACC headquarters in Putrajaya first, as Sarawak MACC would act as a liaison office. According to Razim, his team has received over 50 reports on alleged corrupt practices in the state.